What's up guys, welcome to another video. So following on from the last video, what I done was a full day of eating. So on that video I was actually tracking all my foods, all my macros and my calories. So today what I'll do, I'll just talk about like setting your macros and how to calculate your own macros for your goals. So first of all I'll just talk about how I do it, how I got to doing it, my experience with stuff like this, how many years I've been doing it, how many times a year I do it, and yeah, just my overall experience with it. So yeah, so when I started like tracking my food or just seeing what I was eating, I think I was around like maybe 16. What happened was I was training in a gym through my football team, and the coach who was coaching us noticed that I was really skinny and I could improve and stuff like that. So what he did was he asked for like a food diary. So in the food diary I wrote down everything I ate each day. Didn't really know anything about it, just ate when I was hungry and ate for more performance. So if I did have a game, I would be eating like maybe like bits of toast or like pasta, trying to get my carb intake up, or even some fruit. But I didn't really know what I was eating to build muscle, or even like my food choices weren't the best for my performance. So yeah, so he looked over like my food diary for each day. I think I'd done it for like maybe for like 2 weeks, and yeah, and he was asking me how I was feeling on it. And yeah, he sat me down and he explained having the importance of being on the right like nutritional like macros. So he explained about protein, he explained about carbs, and he explained about fats. And he noticed that obviously I was eating too little for what I was doing. So I was on my feet all day. The intensity of my training was really high, and for me to eat something so little was not beneficial for my performance, my growth, and obviously my energy levels. So what he did was he sat down and he told me certain foods to start introducing to my diet to help me. So then over the past couple of years, I've grew muscle. I've definitely improved my strength, my energy level, and my muscle definition. So yeah, I started out with just tracking what I was eating in my day. Then I started implementing certain foods, so I was eating a lot more. So yeah, that's I think it was about 3 years ago I started tracking in very fine detail about what I should be eating, and it takes time. I must admit it took me a lot of time to actually get like a perfect like macro split for your body type and your goals. But over the past few years I've just kind of developed like the right formula for me. So yeah, so like now still I'm tracking my food. I don't mind it. Obviously it's not the most like enjoyable thing. See, when you're having a log everything, you can't eat certain things. But like I said, for me, I'm on a very balanced diet. If I do want something, then I can fit it in. Like, there's no worries for me, and I never stress out about something if I do go over. It's a journey. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. It's a lifestyle. So for one thing, I'm gonna say to you, like I did, is log your nutrition. So see, right now at this moment in time, you need to know what you're eating, how a kind of rough idea what you're eating and the foods that you're eating. So yeah, so what I said is just get a notepad and just write down every single day, and don't feel like, oh, I can't write that because it's bad. Just write it down just now so you can get a rough idea of your average day or average week, or maybe even do it for 3 weeks and you'll see. So that means it gives you a rough idea of what you're eating, if you're eating enough, or just the foods that you like. And now it comes down to what are macronutrients. Like, some people, when I say, oh, do you know your macros, or how much macros are you on, or what's your breakdown, they don't understand what I'm talking about. So macronutrients come in foods. That's what makes up the food, the calories in the food, the energy. So what I talk about is your protein, your carbs, and your fats. Okay, protein is 4 calories per gram of protein, carbs 4 calories per gram of carbs, and your fat is 9 calories per gram of fat. So now you kind of see that for me, if I'm on a diet, for example, what I normally stick to is the higher end of the protein, the carbs, because I can probably fit in more volume compared to like the fat, because it is more calories per gram. And yeah, that's the kind of theory I put in my head, and it does work for me, keeping my fat low and my carbs and my protein quite high. But like I said, everyone is different, so you need to kind of get a rough idea of what you kind of work with. Okay, the reason why you actually eat food is because you'll die, and you need the energy levels to go and do your daily activities, to go work, to do a workout, to think, to sleep, to everything. So each food contains energy. Obviously the more calories in a food, you'll get more energy through it. So that's where it kind of makes up the macronutrient. Okay, now, first of all, get your log nutrition, get foods that you like. Also, you've got a kind of rough idea of what a macronutrient is in certain foods. And now what you should do is think about what goals you want, or what goals do you need. What's your target? If you're wanting to like lose fat, or you want to build muscle, you need to program your macros for the goals. So you wouldn't be on higher calories if you are wanting to lose some weight. You wouldn't be on really low calories if you want to build some muscle. So yeah, it all comes down to what your macros are, what type of body you are, to help you get and reach these goals. Okay, next move is setting your macros. So this is the kind of whole point of the video. So everybody is different. There is calculators online. To be fair, I used to really think that this was the end of whatever this gives you is what you should be following, but in reality it's definitely not the case. Even for myself, when I put my calories in, my metabolism is a lot faster, and my activity is a lot greater than what it was calculating for me. So if I was to eat like what it said for losing weight or losing fat, it would be too low for me. I wouldn't be able to feel like satisfied in what I was eating. So I think that's important that you don't follow to the T of what it's saying. It can be a rough idea if you are just starting out, but for me, because I'm a personal trainer, getting like a client in and actually understanding what their body works like, what works well with them, how's their metabolism, what's their energy level like, what's the intensity of their workouts, what's their mood like, what's their sleep like. It comes down to little things like that. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll talk about kind of base and how to kind of set your macros, how I would recommend how you should set your macros. So yeah, when I'm explaining this, I'll put it to the side so you can kind of see a visual of how you should do it. So we'll talk about one, protein. So protein, you should, for me, be eating around 1 gram per pound of your body weight, so or like 2 grams per kilogram. Okay, so just an example now is if you are 80 kilograms, for me you should be consuming like 180 grams of protein. Try and reach around that. So what it does is protein builds muscle, repairs muscle, and you do need it for the growth of your muscles, obviously, in both cases. So if you are trying to lose some fat, the protein will help retain all that muscle that you have built, or retain the muscle you've got in your system already. So if you're trying to build some muscle, you need the protein in your system to actually repairing growth, the muscles inside your body. Also, when you are doing an intense workout, your bones do take a real hit, your cartilage takes a real hit, your joints, and the protein will repair. It will have a part in the recovery of your whole body, and that's why it's really important for people on a really intense workout, or the sportsmen. They really need high protein diets, because it comes down to recovery at the end of the day. If they can't recover to the next day, it might be down to like the nutrition, and making sure that your protein is there is probably the main goal in this, and making sure you probably hit around 1 gram per pound of body weight, and that's what I've done for the past 3 years. For me, I have to hit a bit higher, and that's due to maybe not feeling like satisfied, hunger levels and because I've been training for so long, I think that I just increased that slightly over time. So like for me, I used to hit around 1 gram, but now I'm hitting maybe around like 1.2 grams. But that comes into a different thing. Maybe when you're more experienced and stuff, you can increase and kind of like muck about with things to kind of suit your body type. Okay, another main important macronutrient is actually fats. So for me, I do follow like a lower fat diet, but when it comes down to it, like healthy fats are brilliant for you. Okay, how much fat should you have in your diet? For me, I always stick to maybe 0.8 or 1 gram per kilogram. So if I'm like 80 kilograms, maybe following like one it's maybe like 80 grams of fat, or even just below, it's 70 grams of fat. That gives you enough kind of leverage to get in some healthy fats, and not too restrictive that you won't reap the benefits. Yeah, for me, I still do include like my dietary fats. So I would eat maybe like some nuts, cheese, oils, like certain like avocados. So there's a lot of reasons why I do keep a good amount of fat in my diet. Good healthy fats is because that it does produce hormones. The fats are actually amazing for absorbing the macronutrients, the nutrients that you eat in your foods, and you produce in your body. It's good for actually absorbing them and making sure they go to the right destination, if you get what I mean. So the fats are also amazing for supporting cell growth and actually giving you energy. Also, carbs give you energy, but fats play a really important role in that as well. Okay, last one is the carbs, so the carbohydrates. So for me, carbohydrates just differ in range in certain people. So the carbs for me make up the rest of the calories. So if I am trying to manipulate my diet, I won't really change certain things. Like I won't change my protein or my fats really. It's mostly my carbs that I will change. So if I'm wanting higher calories, I will up my carbs. So the upper end of my bulk at the end of last year or the start of this year, I was up at like 750 carbs. So now I've dropped them all the way down to around, I think it's like 350. So that 400 grams of carbs was a really big chunk of my calories. So now you can see that the carbs are really good for manipulating. Okay, a really important benefit of the carbs is it actually stops the breakdown of protein for energy. So the protein can actually go into the muscles instead of actually being used for the energy of your workout or anything you do in the day. So yeah, the carbs really important for actually providing you energy. So glucose and the foods that you eat and the carbs will actually provide your body with glycogen. So you use the glycogen to help you get a good workout, or you feel quite energized in the day. So even if you aren't working out, it will produce enough glycogen in your system to keep you going. Like you shouldn't feel tired if you have the right amount of carbs. So if you are on a lower diet, you might feel a bit more drained, and that's maybe due to because you're not getting enough glycogen in your system. It's a good thing for me if I'm wanting to feel satiated in my diet, in my daily diet. I like manipulate my carbs to make me feel full. So carbs do make me feel full, the rest don't. Protein and such, but for me to fill myself up, like good fibrous carbs are the main reasons why I feel full and I have enough energy in the day. Like I said, choosing more more fibrous, more like whole grains, like brown instead of white. So instead of having like your high glycemic your foods like your white rice, your white bread, your sugars, your like sugary cereal when it hits you instantly, even your fruit as well, it hits you instantly. They're the things that you would maybe want just before a workout or something like that. But if you wanted to feel like satiated throughout the day, having like a low glycemic one will really help you feel obviously full longer. Your energy will be spread out throughout the day and I feel better on it. Okay, so next step is to actually experiment and just seeing, because that's what it's all about. For me, I experimented kind of over the years and see what kind of worked for me. So you might work a lot better on lower carbs, higher fat. You might work better on lower fat, higher carbs. Your protein can kind of range. It's up to you. It's just about kind of finding your balance. finding the foods that you like and trying to sustain your diet. So if you are wanting to lose weight or lose fat, just try and set a calorie goal. If you're maintaining that weight or you're maintaining your kind of body composition, then maybe think about like dropping certain of the macros and kind of manipulating the calories a bit to lower. If you're wanting to like gain a bit of muscle, if you're wanting to gain some muscle and you've set a kind of calorie goal but you're losing weight, then maybe you're not eating enough. Okay, goals now. So if you are wanting to lose some fat or even build some muscle, there is certain kind of like ranges you should go. So I don't ever recommend going a really big high jump on either end. I would stick to maybe like 300 calories to start with, and once it kind of stalls, maybe start increasing it. So I always say like 300 is a kind of good number. If it's not enough, like for me, building muscle, you should maybe look towards maybe like half a pound or half a pound to a pound when you're gaining muscle, and maybe like 1 pound to 2 pounds for losing weight each week. And for me, in higher or in lower, you would maybe kind of start manipulating. Too high, too much loss or too much gain might result in losing a lot of muscle if you're losing weight, or if you're trying to gain weight or gain some muscle, you might actually add some like unnecessary fat if you are eating too much of a surplus. Next thing what I think about is specifying it for you. So understanding how your body works, how it works with certain foods. What is it like? Is your metabolism not that great? Can you always feel stuffed and you're on lower calories? Or what's your energy levels like? Are you really drained all the time, even on lower calories? So for me, like as a personal trainer, seeing different clients, how they work first, because if this person's got like really low metabolism, and you're asking them to lose more weight and drop more calories, it's really hard if they're on like maybe like if a male is on like maybe 1400 calories, for him to even drop more weight or drop more fat would need to increase either obviously activity or lose some of the calories. But for me that's really low, and for me that metabolism in his system's probably very slow, so just building it over time. So yeah, for me metabolism is really important. I've got a really fast metabolism, that's why people might see my calories and go, wow, it's really high like for just now, and maybe it is, but my metabolism is really fast. So if I was to drop my calories right down, then I'm sure my metabolism would adapt and start to slow down. But because it's really fast at the moment, that's why I'm allowed to eat more calories. So there's also many other factors as well, like sleep, how intense your workouts are you following the correct workout plan, what foods are you eating, are you getting enough volume in your diet, are you getting enough fibre in your diet? It really comes down to different kind of things. Okay, I'll quickly run over the app I use. So I use a MyFitnessPal app. You can find it on the internet, you can download it in the App Store. I think it's on the iPhone and also on Android devices. So for this one, it's really easy to set. So if you've calculated your macros or your calorie goal, putting it into this device, setting it up for you, and all you do is use your scanner and scan the barcodes. So for me this is really good if you're on a flexible diet like myself or a balanced diet like myself. So all you do is throughout the day scan the foods. What happens is they actually save into your history. So when you do scan some foods, it saves into your history, so you can use every day if you are eating the kind of similar diet. So it really does help if you are, like for me, tracking your foods and make sure you're staying on point. It does separate it, so your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner and your snacks. And yeah, it contains a lot of, a big range of food. So you will probably find every food that you have in your cupboard in this one app. So for me, what you would do is set it yourself and don't let the app set it for you. Because if you are just putting in your goals, it will set it for you, but maybe not the correct macros for you. So like I said, setting it up first, then putting your target in, so your goals. So So go into the calorie, carbs, and make sure that the macros are set for you. But yeah, so this is something that I use pretty much every day, like just now anyway, when I'm maybe just trying kind of lackadaisical, I'll maybe not use it, maybe we'll use it once a week. But it's really important if you are like wanting to hit your goals to actually know what you're eating, and this app does really help. So what I'll do is I'll even link the website for the app, and what happens is you can maybe access it on your computer or even on your phone, and it's pretty simple, yeah. So this is a basic understanding of how to calculate your macros. Everybody's different, experiment with things, and hopefully I've kind of clarified certain things that you're maybe unsure of. If I say like, what are macros, you kind of know what macros are now, or for you going away now, getting your food diary out, and listing like maybe 2 weeks and saying, well, maybe I'm not eating enough, or maybe I'm eating too much or the wrong foods. So hopefully I kind of open your mind, open your eyes on certain things, and yeah, go and try things. If you are maybe at a halt in your goals, maybe this helps you budge past it, and you know now that maybe you're doing the wrong thing, or maybe you are on track, maybe you're good, and this is just to kind of clarify that you are on track. So that's what I'm here for today, is to make sure that you're on track to meet every single one of your goals. And yeah, so don't forget to smash the thumbs up button, comment if you feel like you want to comment, and obviously subscribe to stay tuned to more videos like this. So yeah, once again, stay positive, stay grateful, and I will see you in the next one.